Hello and welcome back to Smart Connected and Nice. Today we're doing a quick recap of a big week for us at NAMM. I'm joined by Greg, who works with Furman and was out at the show representing Nice North America. Greg, thanks for joining.
Thanks, Scott. Happy to be here. Myself and some of the team are still recovering a little bit from NAMM, but it was a really great show for us.
Oh yeah, that's how you usually know when it was a good show, right? So let's start with the big picture, really. What was the overall vibe at NAMM this year?
Altogether, the show really felt kind of extra energized. This is our second year back to NAMM after a bit of an absence, and it's carried a whole lot of excitement along with it. People stopping by, having great engaging conversations, asking questions, wanting hands-on time with some of our gear. And honestly, a number of people just stopping by just to thank us for the products that we have historically made. So it really wasn't just about browsing. It felt like all the visits we got were very intentional. Musicians, techs, integrators, everyone was really kind of looking around for things that they could actually use.
And Nice North America had a really strong presence this year, right, with both Furman and Geffen at the booth.
Yeah, absolutely. Booth 17717 was really busy. We had a great mix of people coming through. As I mentioned a moment ago, some of our longtime Furman users, people just coming by just to say how happy they've been with our products over the years. Some people who are brand new to the brand, that they had heard about us, but they hadn't really explored us that much. And people that just kind of were curious to see if there was anything new that they hadn't seen for a while.
Right. And I imagine one of the big reasons people were stopping by was for the new look, for the first look at that Furman Merit Z series. So this was a sneak peek, right?
Yeah, exactly. NAMM attendees were the first people to see these units in person. The new Merit Z series is a brand new lineup of we basically refreshed key portions of the Merit series that are coming out later this year in 2026. And it's really exciting for us because it's a representation of the next evolution of Furman's power protection, especially starting off at our more accessible product line.
So what did people say really stood out to them when they saw it on the rack?
It was an interesting mix of things. So a few things stood out right away. For first and foremost, our enclosures got a kind of a visual facelift and a lot of improvements. But one of the more exciting features for me on the new Merit Z series is that we've now added a feature that some of our other Furman lines have been known for. We've gone ahead and added extreme voltage shutdown, or EVS, is now a standard feature on the Merit Z series. And it's really nice because I think it helps further mitigate some of the power issues that you might encounter, where it automatically protects your gear if voltage goes dangerously high or low. And this is a really big deal for musicians and techs who are dealing with facilities with unpredictable power situations.
And it's not just protection, right? So you can actually see what's happening.
Yeah, exactly. Kind of expanding on some of those visual updates to the product. We now have new features, some additional new features, one of them being dynamic multicolor voltmeters. So traditionally, Furman voltmeters, our digital voltmeters have been either blue or red. We've now, with these new color changing ones, green means you're good, yellow is a warning, and flashing red tells you that there's a really serious issue. We're really trying to make a lot more of these features more intuitive, where you don't necessarily have to feel like you need to be an expert to understand what's going on at a glance.
All right. So what are some of the other features people may have been asking about or reacting to?
Another one of those kind of standout visual elements, and actually one of the things that definitely caught people's eye walking on the show floor, was the updates to our pull-out lights. They are now color changing LEDs. So with this, we now have the ability to give you 9 different colors, which can be especially helpful for live sound and studio folks working in dark environments, or environments where you might want to use a light source that is not as distracting of a color. So they're super practical, but they also give you the ability to customize the look a little bit to fit your vibe.
So form and function.
Absolutely, and another one of those kind of intuitive new features that we've brought in is we've improved some of the front page, the front panel indicators. We have some new breaker indicators, so when those trip, you know exactly what's happening immediately. There's no guessing, no running back to any sort of panels, and no need to find an electrician.
It's one of those things you maybe don't think about until you really need it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And then let's see, other things. We've got some expanded outlet count. We've also added both USB-C and USB-A fast charging ports on the front panels. People are running more gear than ever, and being able to power and charge your devices directly from the rack quietly and safely, I think is a feature a lot of people are looking for.
So who would you say the Merit Z series is really designed for?
Merit is kind of broad by design. Musicians, studios, AV techs, integrators, houses of worship, and other facilities, anywhere where power quality really matters, or quite frankly, is in question. What people really responded to is that they're getting Furman level protection, but in a lineup that's more approachable and flexible.
Okay, so it felt like a lot of folks saying this is exactly what we've been asking for.
Absolutely. And to be frank, that wasn't by accident either. This series was engineered directly from our customer feedback. Cleaner power, smarter diagnostics, dependable protection, all the things that people really expect from Furman, plus a lot of these quality of life improvements that people were really looking for. And that message really helped resonate at NAMM.
All right. So before we wrap up, any final takeaways from NAMM this year then?
For me, honestly, all these trade shows are really about the conversations. People love and trust Furman, and they're excited to see that we're continuing to innovate while staying focused on real world needs. Merit Z is an exciting next step in the evolution, and I think it's going to be a great example of what the future will hold.
Awesome. I love it. Greg, thanks for sharing the behind scene look at NAMM and the new Merit Z series.
Thanks so much, Scott. Always great to talk about what's coming next.
And thanks to everyone listening. We'll be sharing more as these products get closer to release, so stay tuned. And don't forget to like, subscribe, so you can stay ahead of what's next from Nice and Furman. So until next time, take care and have a nice day.